Hey everybody, this is Bradley Benner with Lead Gadget and the ATM, and tonight is November 12th, 2015, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and it looks like Ganti is actually going to be attending today, which is cool. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I got some stuff I wanted to go over about the local sites that I had done with you guys previously, just some updates on that. I got some affiliate case study that I've been working on that I can share some with you guys that's doing fairly well, actually. And then I've got a second affiliate thing that I mentioned last week. It's actually an MLM business, network marketing, which obviously is something that I usually run away from. But I found one that's actually pretty cool, and I've started building out some sites to test those keywords, and they're starting to perform quite well also. So I can share all three of those with you guys tonight. Like always, there's if you guys have any questions, please post them on the event page, and I will answer them as I see them. And we'll try to wrap this webinar up kind of short tonight, unless we get a bunch of questions, because I've got some other things I've got to complete. But I'm here for you. So if you guys have any questions, post them, and I will come back and check on them momentarily. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and grab the screen, and we'll jump over to Firefox and take a look at what I got. So. All right, so we're going to start with, let's start over here. These are the local sites that I had been doing. We've covered these for several weeks now, which is good. I like to see, history over time, see how they're performing. Doing quite well with the Ring Partner sites. I've only got a few of them up, and that's because I've been working on other projects. I've got a bunch of domains that I purchased for Ring Partner sites, but I just haven't had time to build them. I've been tied up with the affiliate project that I'm working on, and now the MLM project. So those are kind of taking precedence. But the Ring Partner sites are still producing money. I've only got 4, I think, that I built statewide sites for the walk-in tubs, and that's all I've done for those. This is the one that I built first. This one was performing really well, but you can see that in the last about 30 days, like, it started to decline. The site started to decline, which means it's probably on its way out. So this was a short-lived site. Now, I'm not ready to give up on it yet. It is still producing clicks, but not like it was. Before, it was clicking about, I was getting over, like, within the last 30 days, I think last week, in fact, there was over 140 clicks. And you can see that in the last week, we've dropped down, roughly 30 clicks or so below what it was from the week before. So, and you can take a look from the clicks and the impressions, the red line being the impressions, that the site is starting to be given less impressions, which obviously is going to correlate into less clicks as well. And so I'm assuming that the site may be, starting to tank. And but we'll see. I mean, we're not going to kill it yet. If we see this thing flatline down near the bottom, then that's when it's time to just wipe it clean, just delete it from the server. And I can use the same exact piece of content on just another domain. Like, for example, this is on a Tennessee subdomain of a domain that I purchased. I don't know if you guys remember, in the last few weeks I've been buying domains with metrics already. So domains that had sites on them at one point, had backlinks built to them, and then somebody let them expire, and I pick up the expired domains for just the cost of registration. I find those to perform better, even on subdomains of those domains, than using brand new domains. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been picking them up for, just the cost of registration. So to me, it doesn't cost any extra other than for the tool to find those, but they already have some inbound link profiles, some trust flow, some age to them, the domains themselves, which kind of gives me a little bit of an edge. And it works out quite well. And I've actually been trying to purchase domains that were in the same category as far as the topical relevance of the site that I'm going to build onto those domains, if that makes sense. So, and you can test those by looking at Majestic SEO metrics. If you're taking a look at domains to purchase, you can look at the topical trust flow of the inbound link profile and see what the domain is categorized as, the major topic or the main topics of that particular domain. And it's a good way to find domains that already have some relevant inbound links pointing to it when you start to build out these sites. It's a great way to get just a little bit of an edge over, somebody that's buying a brand new domain, especially like XYZ domains. I know a lot of you guys are probably doing okay with those, but personally, I'm just not using them. I'm still using top level domains. So Anyways, that said, you can see that this one's starting to, decline. So my point is I could delete this site, recycle the content onto another Tennessee dot subdomain of another domain that I'm using, and I'll probably get my rankings back. You know what I'm saying? To get the traffic back. I really don't care about the rankings. All I care about is the traffic, right? And so, that's always a possibility. I'll go ahead and leave it for at least another week. Actually, by the way, there won't be any webinar next week. I'll be out of town. I'm going to be at the Internet Summit in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I will not be hosting a webinar next week, but I will resume the following week. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'll probably leave this one go until, 2 weeks from now, we'll come back and revisit. And if it looks like it's still declining even more, then I'll probably just go ahead and wipe it, delete it from the server and rebuild it onto another domain. Okay. So that's this one. Not bad though. I mean, it's still produced 117 clicks in the last 30 days. That's not bad. I'm not really complaining. This one it's only produced 65 clicks, but you can see that the impressions have been steady. It looks like the clicks, this site isn't performing as well. This, by the way, is for North Carolina. This one's not performing as well because you can see there's a larger space, a larger gap between the impressions and the clicks, which generally means that the site isn't ranking as well. It means it's getting impressions for these keywords that you see here. Google is showing it up in the, it's serving it into the search results. However, it's not getting as many clicks. The bigger the gap, the less the worse off the site is performing, or the less well it is performing, if that's a word. Anyways, but it looks like in the last couple of days it's actually jumped up. So, and I've had 6 clicks for the last 2 days in a row. So that's pretty good. And I mean, that's a good sign. Again, only time shall tell. In the next week or two, if we see this blue line closer to the red line, then it means that the site is performing better, which would be a good sign. So, 65 isn't something like, it's not awesome, but that's still 2 clicks per day on average over the last 30 days. So that's not bad. Okay. The next one is for Missouri. And by the way, I'm going to walk through in just a minute, guys, how to, how I determined which states I was going to go after first. I use Google Trends for that. And so I'm going to kind of do a little tutorial on that too. It's a great tool. It's free. And there's some pretty interesting data you can extract from there. So this one is for Missouri. This is again on a different domain altogether. And you can see this is one of the newer sites. And you can see that the impressions actually started to rise a little bit about 3 weeks ago. 4 to 3 weeks ago. And now the clicks have started to go up a little bit. This one's intermittent. It's only had 22 clicks in the last 30 days. So that's actually performing pretty poorly, but it could just be that it's still seasoning. We'll see, and we'll see. But 22 clicks is not really great though. In my opinion, this is kind of a dud of a site. Lastly, this is New Jersey. This is the newest of the sites. It's only had 8 clicks. And what's interesting, hasn't been served a whole lot of impressions. Again, this was the newest site of all of them. So this one is not performing all that well either. But again, guys, these were just some tests that I had set up. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on these. And I've got the content and everything in place to where I can duplicate these sites very quickly for other states as well. It's just a matter of getting the custom list set up for each state build. That's the only thing that needs to be done. So they can be duplicated. And this same type of build can be done for other ring partner type sites, or any type of site for that matter. Again, I targeted these using multiple keywords. So it wasn't like targeting one keyword for the site build. It was targeting multiple keywords, which means some of these sites are quite large, over 100,000 posts, which don't tell Dawn. But let me go see if there's any questions. We'll jump into Google Trends for a minute. Looks like there's no questions. Okay, no worries. If you guys have any questions, post them on the event page. Because like I said, when I'm done with the training, if there's no questions posted, I'm going to wrap it up. If there are, then I'll stick around and answer questions, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shut these down, these slides, or excuse me, these tabs, because I want to show you guys the next thing. Okay, so in Google Trends, how do I determine which states I'm going to target for sites if I'm doing statewide builds? If you guys are doing nationwide builds, then it really doesn't matter, okay? But my point is that with these sites that I'm building, targeting multiple keywords per site build, I'm able to rank or get, capture traffic from long tail keywords variations and combinations of long tail keywords that I might not have otherwise been able to. Now, I understand with the tag pages that we use, with adding tags to the post, it creates pages. And a lot of the times the tags are where we put our supporting keywords. And oftentimes those will rank. Okay. But I was testing it with these types of builds where I'm building for multiple keywords. And it seems to be working well. I mean, you guys have just seen some of the results there. And I mean, I'm making money from the ring partner sites, and I've only got 4 of them up. So, can't complain. It's paying for my my server and the content that I've purchased and some of the domains and everything else. So, I'm not making a killing on it because I don't got enough of them up. But that's my own fault for not taking the time to do it. However, if you're going to be building statewide site builds, then this tool right here is a great place to find which states are showing the most search interest for your keywords. So in this case, let's say walk-in tubs, which is what I was doing. So if I say walk-in tubs, I hit enter. This is going to bring up historical data for the last 10 years. Okay, so you'll see this is showing 10 years. And what's interesting is you can see that this is global. We're looking at this on a global level. I'm going to shrink it down to the United States in a minute. But you can see globally that the trend is going up, which is a good sign. It's often that you don't see that for a lot of stuff. There's only a few. It's not often, is what I should say, that you see a lot of keywords that are trending up. So those are always a good sign. But this is worldwide. So up here there are some tabs where you can refine your search or your data, your parameters, in other words. But I want to switch this just to United States. Okay. And you'll see this is still trending up, which is actually a good sign. Okay. So it's a good niche to be in, right? But what's interesting here is now if you take a look at regional interest right here, this is going to show by sub-region, which is really state. You'll see that these are the states that show the most search interest for this particular keyword phrase, walk-in tubs. All right. And so these don't show metrics like the keyword planner that shows, what the search volume is. What this shows is an indicator of how popular a keyword search is in relation to the population of the area. So in other words, if you've got, let's say you've got, and we're going to look at this on a city level in a minute, but well, let's talk about it on a state level. Let's say you got the state of California, big state, a lot of people living in the state of California. Then you got the state of Rhode Island, very tiny state, right? So the population is a hell of a lot less than it is in California. In Google Trends, you could have a keyword that shows Rhode Island actually with a higher number than California. And all that means is there's a higher percentage of those residents, that population in Rhode Island, that actually search for that phrase than there are in California. That's all it means. So it's a correlation of search interest based on or in relation to population density. Okay, so just to clarify how these metrics are calculated and what we're looking at, okay? So for walk-in tubs, guys, you can see that on a state level, which is identified or labeled here as subregion, Louisiana, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, North Carolina, blah, blah, blah. We can go on down the list. It will only list the top 10, okay? So I think I started with Tennessee because it was a small state, and that was part of the reason, because I was testing. The first one I built was in Tennessee, and it was it was a big site. I think it was 130,000 some posts. I don't know, whatever. It's because my keyword list was so large. I've been refining it down ever since, because as I get to bigger states, obviously the site builds. I mean, I had one that would have worked out to be like 255,000 posts, and Dawn timed it out or reset it on me. So what are you doing, man? So I'm not able to build sites that big. But my point is this is where I start. Okay. The other thing you can do is go into Metro, and it's interesting that it's not showing any for Metro. That's really interesting. Metro is generally like a metropolitan area, so it'll be like tri-cities or two cities combined, or like the Miami-Dade County area would be like a metro, for example, because it's really, really large. Dallas-Fort Worth is another one. But if we break it down to cities, now you can actually target cities. So now think about this, guys. You know, I've been talking about doing statewide builds, but essentially, if you were to plug a keyword into Trends and come over here and take a look on city levels, think about that. You could actually build lead gadget sites or ATM sites with a long list of keywords targeting very specifically just cities, and only the most popular or the cities that show the highest search interest for a particular keyword phrase, if that makes sense. So my point is like you could take a list of say 200 keywords, and let's say you pick a city, and with all the suburbs and the towns and everything within a particular city, you've got, I don't know, 200. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up and let's play with these numbers for a moment. Let's do calculator. All right, let's say you had 200 keywords and you had, I don't know, 250, actually you'd probably have more, I don't know, 250 locations within a city, right? So that would give you 50,000 posts for one city. So essentially you could, and 200 keywords, guys, that's a lot of keywords. But my point is if you were mining, really digging for keywords for a particular industry, you would probably end up with a large list of keywords. I typically do, 400 or 500 keywords for whatever niche it is that I'm marketing or that I'm researching. And so if I refined it down, let's say to 200 keywords, and there was 250 areas within a particular city, then you could actually build out a site where you're targeting all 200 keywords for each of the locations, the 250 locations. So in other words, each location would have a separate post targeting each one of those 200 word keywords per post, if that makes sense. So each location would have 200 posts, and you multiply that times 250. So it's almost like you're brute forcing your way into capturing all the long tail traffic for those areas. And so you can see why, like even just on a city level, if we come back over here, even just on a city level, you could actually build really large sites with more posts than a typical national build that we do when we're targeting one keyword times one city for the entire, for 30,000 cities, if that makes sense. So if it's kind of clear, in my opinion, there's an opportunity, and I haven't tested this yet, guys. I like to test stuff, but I haven't tested this yet where I'm just targeting one city with builds. That's probably going to be on my to-do list. I don't know how long it'll be before I get to it though. But I just wanted to point that out, that's another option that you could do. And that really goes hand in hand with like local. If you're doing local stuff, let me turn that stupid thing off. If you're doing local, if you're working for like local businesses, generating leads for local business and such, that's actually a good strategy, because you can capture a lot of traffic for like really long, obscure terms, but you've got you're the only one with content for it. So, it just works out. Okay. And I haven't tested them on a city level. I've done it on a county-wide or a regional level, but not on a city level. So anyways, guys, that's it. The other thing that's cool about this is if you scroll down and you take a look at the queries, this is going to show the top related search queries based upon your seed keyword phrase, which in this case is walk-in tubs. And this is where I start. I usually start at Google Trends for keyword research. And then from here, I move over to Power Suggest Pro. And those are my two go-to keyword tools is Google Trends and Empower Suggest Pro. And what I like to do is collect these keywords here. These are historical. With the ones over here, if you look at the tab where it says top, these are the keywords that have had, or related keywords that have had high search interest over a period of time, in this case, 10 years. So that's showing the top related search phrases over time. So these have historical significance. Okay. But if you look at rising are terms that have had a significant increase in search interest recently. It used to be that it was since the last time they had, refreshed the data. So like within 30 days, because you see that they do this every month. They refresh the data every single month. And so, and I don't know if this has changed, but it used to be where it had a significant increase in search interest since the last time they refreshed the data. Okay. So what's interesting here is if you take a look, like all of these say breakout, which means a 500% plus increase in search interest. If it's anything under 500%, if it's over 500% plus, or 500% or over, it will show breakout. If it's anything under 500%, it will show the percentage amount. So like 100%, 200%, whatever, 150% increase in search interest. What I think is interesting about this is these are probably because of us guys. To be honest with you, the reason why there's all breakout terms here is probably because of the lead gadget crew doing the ring partner sites, searching these. It's increased, had a significant impact on search interest all across the country. I can only assume that that's why all of these are breakout, because it's rare that you see that sort of thing unless it's kind of a newer subject. And walk-in tubs certainly isn't a newer subject. So most likely this is because of us. We're manipulating the search data because it's all of us checking on our own sites and stuff. So anyways, the other thing that's cool about this is that you can actually add additional terms in here so that you can compare data. Let me show you what I mean. Let's just go pick a couple of these other ones, like walk-in shower. We'll pick that one, and jacuzzi tubs. We'll do that. So if we put in walk-in shower here, now what you're going to see is 2 bars over here. Okay, and you're going to see that walk-in showers for the United States over the last 10 years has actually shows a higher search interest, guys, than walk-in tubs. Okay, it means there's more search interest in this term than there is in walk-in tubs. And look at the graph on that one. How that's like significant. The interest, the interest or the it has increased significantly recently over the last couple of years. Look at that. Like that's a pretty steady jump, a pretty significant jump. So walk-in showers, and I hadn't even looked at that before, might actually be something. I don't know if the walk-in tubs, if the Ring Partner deal for that, if they cover walk-in showers or not. It'd be interesting to look into, though, because that might be like a whole nother angle to tackle, to target, okay, is walk-in showers. And the other one that I said was jacuzzi. Now, I know we're not supposed to use jacuzzi for Ring Partner sites. We're not supposed to target those keywords because it's a brand, but goodness gracious, look at that. That's a huge difference. Let's see, make sure it was. Hold on a minute. I just lost my. Where did I see that before? I just saw jacuzzi. I swear I did. Wonder why it's not showing now. Just a minute ago it was. Okay. Anyways, let's check out safe step tubs then. Maybe let's look at that one. I could have sworn I saw jacuzzi in here a minute ago, and now I can't find it. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so we looked at walk-in showers. That one's pretty big. Walk-in bathtub, premier tubs. Let's look at premier tubs. Let's add that in there too. Okay, so jacuzzi's dominating this one. I might exit out of that just because it's taking up all the graph space. But that's interesting too, because I know we're not supposed to target them, but you can see that for jacuzzi, if we went down to a city level, these are the cities that are being targeted the most. Alexandria, that's in Virginia. That's interesting. If we look at the metros, this is what I was talking about, the metro areas, guys. It'll give you like large metropolitan areas. So these are all ways to figure out where to target site builds for local type sites, or even if you just want to target more keywords. So actually, if we get rid of this, that's why I like this tool, guys. You can add like 5 terms up here, and then you can really get an idea of what kind of keywords are actually trending. Number 1, that's why it's called trends. Number 2, get ideas for related terms. Also look at what's rising as far as significant increase in interest, which is a great way to get ahead of a trend. And also to identify areas in which you should be targeting. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's jump over and see if there's any questions. Okay. Ganti says no questions today. No problem, Ganti. Glad to have you back. All right, guys, let's go ahead and run into a couple other things I wanted to share, and then we're going to wrap it up because we're almost at 30 minutes. And if there's no questions, then we're going to close it up early, which is fine. I do want to share. I've been working on a affiliate study, case study for semantic mastery for my coaching business, for our students over there. And I was looking into the model trains industry. I wasn't going to share this originally with you guys, so I didn't want a bunch of competition, but it's such a big market. There's so many tangent markets too, or related markets in the model trains. I started digging into keywords, and I spent probably 3 or 4 hours doing keyword research, which I often do for keyword research, spend a lot of time and mine a whole bunch. I mean, I end up with thousands of keywords usually. And that's where I find out what I want to target. And in this particular industry, hobby trains, there are so many sub niches within hobby trains itself and very specific things that you can target. And then there's tangent markets or related markets like model cars and model airplanes, model boats. You know, then there's the remote controlled stuff or radio controlled stuff. I mean, there's just so many different model rockets, for God's sake. I mean, there's just so many different markets that are all related to that. And those are what's called irrational passion markets. In other words, an irrational passion is when somebody has a passion for a hobby or anything for that matter, but in this case, it's a hobby, and they are passionate for it, like to the point of being obsessive about it. And people that have irrational passions for whatever it is that they're passionate about spend money. They're fanatical about it, in other words. And that's something that I found in the model, and I just happened in the, you know, I just accidentally came across this niche in doing some research for something. It's not something that I have a passion for, but apparently people in the model trains world do have an irrational passion, and they spend a lot of money on this stuff, guys. And so there's a lot of opportunity here. And so I started building out some affiliate sites. What I'm using, basically, I found an affiliate niche site that I built to use as the overlay. And then I built out a bunch of, or I don't know, 4, I guess. Or I've got I think 6 total built out now, but 2 of them were just in the last couple of days, so I'm not. They don't have any metrics yet. But I built out a few sites around this particular niche, and I used the site that I built, and I'll show you an example here in a minute. But I use that as kind of an overlay, and that affiliate site has, you know, affiliate links, and it has an opt-in, like a pop-up on it, so that somebody can opt in and get a, you know, a free ebook about model trains, blah blah blah, and that starts to build my email list, but, you know, so that I can send them autoresponder emails that have affiliate links to model trains affiliate products, you know, so that I can make money. And again, there's a lot. It's funny because I've already started growing this list with just these. I haven't done any other traffic generation methods other than the ATM yet. I set up a YouTube ad yesterday, but I don't even think it started serving ads yet for this particular offer. But I've started growing email list in just the last week because of these sites here. So anyways, this is the first one. This is on buy.hobbytrains.org. And you can see, if we take a look at this site is brand new. It's like not even a full 2 weeks old yet. And we've had 95 clicks. You can see the impressions and the clicks are going up together, which is a good sign. You can see, again, 95 clicks in pretty much the last 2 weeks, really. So that's a good sign. You know, I'm essentially getting, I don't know, what, about 6 clicks a day, roughly, something like that. So that's, you know, that's really not bad. So that was the first one I built. The next one I built was this one. This is hornby.hobbytrains.org. And Hornby is a particular model train model, or manufacturer, I should say. And this one looks like the clicks are, look, 100 clicks in about 2 weeks. That's not bad. 100 clicks. It looks like the clicks dropped off a little bit, but it's not sustained at that level long enough for me to say, you know, to really make any assumptions on that, okay, or any predictions. This is still too new of a site. But 100 clicks, guys, in 2 weeks, that's not bad. So between these 2 sites, I've got about 200 clicks in 2 weeks. All right, here's the next one. This one is this one's even more, 166 clicks in about 2 weeks. Look at this. Look at the lines, guys. You see that? That's a good sign, right? Same thing here. The sign that when you see those lines going up together like that, that's what you want to see. And so this one's now 166 clicks. This is bachman.trainenthusiast.net. And this one is the most recent one that has metrics. The other 2 I built earlier this week. And this one's had 43 clicks. And this one's Lionel.trainenthusiast.net. And we'll go take a look at this in just a moment. But if you take a look, guys, now, if you just total up these 4 sites that are only about 2 weeks old, we've got 100, 200, 350 roughly, and then another 50. So 400 clicks in 2 weeks. That's pretty damn strong, in my opinion, for a model train industry, you know, for model train sites. And that's only 4 out of probably 10 or 12 that I'm going to build. You know what I mean? So as you can see, guys, there's a lot of opportunity. And I shared this last week, but if you know what, I'll go ahead and bring this up again. Let me see. This is the tool that I use. If anybody's interested in this tool, I'll drop a link for it. But this is a tool that I use for, it's called Power Suggest Pro. It's really, really awesome. But what I did to find this model train industry is I was looking for a ClickBank product to promote for the affiliate case study I'm doing for Semantic Mastery. And I was just in ClickBank looking at different products, trying to figure out what the hell it was that I wanted to build a case study around. And I happened to see a model trains offer for model trains for beginners or whatever. And it said that the payout for the affiliate payout, the average commission was like $263 or $246 or something like that. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of money for model trains. Like, what the hell's going on in model trains that somebody would pay $264 as an affiliate commission? You know, there's got to be money in that niche. And so one of the things why I love this tool so much, guys, is because it's so fast. And this spits out keywords based on Google Suggest, not the keyword planner. Guys, the Google Keyword Planner is an AdWords tool. It's not an SEO tool. So it is not the best place to find keywords for SEO because it's for pay per click. Okay. This right here, however, will scrape keywords from Google Suggest or autocomplete, as well as YouTube, Yahoo, Amazon, eBay, or Bing. Okay. So those of you that are doing Amazon sites, you know, there's a lot of opportunity there. Those of you who do video SEO, there's YouTube. Anyways, all I was doing was plugging in keywords from various offers that I was looking at inside of ClickBank. I plugged in model trains. I click search. I'll go ahead and stop it. I know it's probably hard on your end to see, but very quickly it starts spitting out keywords. It spit out about 40 keywords in about 2 seconds flat. This thing I think ended up with like 1,200 keywords originally if I let it run to completion. But what I immediately saw, guys, was model trains Albany, New York, model trains Arizona, model trains Asheville, North Carolina, model trains Baltimore, model trains Boise, Idaho. So instantly, Google Suggest is spitting out model trains plus city names. So that's when I was like, okay, here's a niche that would be perfect for the ATM builds, because it's obviously that there is obviously search interest. Guys, in order for a keyword to show up in Google Suggest, it has to be searched by people. Google Suggest doesn't just suggest arbitrary terms. It only suggests terms that have real-time search interest, okay? And so that's why I like Suggest way better for SEO than the keyword planner. And so this doesn't give me search volume metrics, but what do I care? I don't care what the search volume metrics are. All I care about is the fact that somebody's been searching for this particular phrase, or else it wouldn't be in Google Suggest. Okay. So when I saw these and I saw these city names after model trains, I said, well, this is a perfect idea for a affiliate site build. Then that's when I started doing more keyword research and digging into the niche a bit and found out that it is an irrational passion niche. Okay. And those are where you guys want to be, because that's where people spend inordinate amounts of money. Okay. So that's how I did that one. I thought it was really interesting. This is a ongoing a real-time case study that I'm working on for my masterclass students. I'm probably going to continue this series for about another 3 or 4 weeks for my my masterclass students, and you know, I'll be sharing it with you guys too, because I'm using the ATM as my primary traffic generation source at the moment for this. I'm going to be doing other stuff for the masterclass as well, like YouTube ads and some video SEO stuff too. But this is a pretty good start. So we'll go take a look at one of those sites real quick, and then we're going to move on so that we can look at the other thing I wanted to share with you guys, and then we're going to wrap it up. So let's just say model trains. Let's see if we can find one. I don't know. Let's say Madison, VA. That's in my area. Let's see. I don't even know if my site's ranked for here or not. In fact, let's just go find one that is. Excuse me for a second. Let me go to pages. All right, let's see. Model trains, Dixon City, PA. That one is ranked. Let's see where it's at. It's around position number 3. So model trains, Dixon, what was it? Dixon City, PA. Dixon City, PA, yeah. All right, so where are we? I'm not seeing it. That's all right. It's got to be around here somewhere. Well, we can just go visit one of the URLs. I was hoping to actually see it. I'm surprised it's not showing here. That's interesting because it's saying that it's showing, but let's just look for one more. Pilot Mound IA. And if I don't see it right away, then I'll just show you anyways. Okay, here's an example. So Model Train's Pilot Mound IA, which I think is Iowa, I guess. Maybe it's Idaho. I don't know. I think it's Iowa. But anyways, this is Lionel. This is my Lionel Train site. This is my Hornby Train site. This is my Buy Hobby Train site. So I've got 3 listings right here from 3 different domains for this particular business, or for this, excuse me, this keyword, Model Trains Pilot Mound IA. Now, if I click on any one of these, it's going to show the same overlay because I've got the same overlay on all of these. So let's just open this one up. And you'll see this is the overlay, guys. This is a full-on site. It's not just an opt-in page or a landing page. It's an actual full-on site. It was a PLR site that I purchased for 17 bucks that was already populated with content and everything. All I had to do was install it on the server and swap out the affiliate links, and that was it. I found that at premadenniches.com. In case you guys are interested, go check it out. There's a lot of great niche ideas in there, by the way, and you can buy these sites for $17. It's ridiculous. Fully fleshed out with content and everything. All you got to do is add them to your server and swap out the affiliate links, and it's I mean, it's done for you. So makes it really simple, and there's a lot of good niche ideas in there too. So this was it. I mean, it's just this is the site, and each one of these banners over here go to different ClickBank offers around the model trains industry. Obviously, those are all my ClickBank URLs, affiliate URLs, and all these. This is called CB Engine or ClickBank Engine. It's a lot like AdSense, except all of the ads that show are ClickBank ads or ads to ClickBank products with my affiliate link attached to them. So it's like AdSense, except I'll get a higher commission because it's ClickBank, obviously. And then also I've got the exit pop. When my cursor goes to leave the screen, you'll see that what happens is my exit pop comes up, and that you guys all know Todd Gross. That's him, and this is for my email list, and this is to get the free ebook for model train collecting, blah blah blah. They download it or opt in, and they get the download link, and now they're on my list. Of which, by the way, this guy right here, especially if we click on this particular offer, this affiliate product, this guy Dan Morgan, he's been like sending emails to me ever since I signed up to be an affiliate saying, hey, if you need any help with anything, let me know, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to hit him up for autoresponder email series, seriously, so that I don't have to write nothing or anything. I'll just say, hey, by the way, do you have an email autoresponder series that you can send me? And I'm sure he will, because it's going to ultimately lead to the sale of his product, right? So get him to provide the content for me, which was cool because I bought this site for 17 bucks fleshed out, and now I can get the affiliates to actually, or the product owners to actually give me the content that I'm going to use to follow the people, follow up with the people via email, right? So pretty cool. So just want to share that. Well, if we got enough time, we'll jump on the other thing. Let's see. Bradley, you piqued my interest. So you have found good affiliates whose products you can promote and get commissions, or are you using a drop ship model? Thank you. No, I'm just doing, so far they're just digital downloads. So I'm not drop shipping anything yet. I don't really know that I want to get into that business. These are just digital downloads fulfilled by ClickBank. Okay. And that's primarily all the experience I have in the affiliate realm is in digital products. So not with physical products of any sort. However, what I'm about to show you guys next is for the MLM business. That's slightly different. I don't have to fulfill the orders, but there is an actual physical product involved. But it gets fulfilled by the MLM company, the network marketing company, and shipped out by them. So it's not something I have to manage myself. So, but I wanted to share that with you guys. Lastly, we'll get into this other part really quickly, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. All right, so let's see what we got. Let me close out these tabs. All right, so the next one is I mentioned this last week, and I said I was still researching, and I've done a lot of research in the last week on this particular niche or industry. It's in the diet, the weight loss industry, the diet industry, which is huge. Health and wellness is a several $100 billion a year, or $100 billion per year industry, if not into the trillions mark now. I need to look that up so that when I'm saying this, I'll have the exact figure. I need to look that up. So Maybe between now and next time I'll have that figure, but it's huge. The health and wellness industry is huge. And in the diet industry alone, which is a sub niche of the health and wellness industry, it is absolutely huge. But then in there, there's sub niches, which are different types of diets. You guys all know that. Paleo diets, caveman diets, or I guess, which is another term for the paleo diet. There's juice diets, and there's now what I'm going to talk about is called the ketogenic diet. There's the Atkins diet, which is similar to a ketogenic diet, but it's not the same. I mean, there was just so many different types of diets and stuff like that. And so normally when somebody would, that's not an industry I've ever worked in. However, I know it's huge. And it's when I was just talking about an irrational passion a moment ago with model trains, the diet industry, guys, I know I mentioned this in a webinar earlier today for this particular product I'm talking about. I'm going to show you guys in a moment. There are really two types of products in the world, right? There are vitamins and painkillers. And what I mean by that is there are products that people think, oh, that would be nice to have. They would like to have it, but it's not needed. It's something that would be like a luxury for them, or if they had some extra spend money, they would like to have a particular product. But then there's, on the other side, there's painkiller products. Those are products that people must have. They need them. They can't live without them. So they spend money on them regardless. And what I found with, we all know that in the diet industry, in the health and wellness industries, particularly with the diet and weight loss industry, that's kind of like a painkiller instead of a vitamin. In other words, people spend crazy amounts of money on fad diets and all that kind of stuff. And especially think about what time of year we're in right now, guys. It's November, and come January, and especially the last couple weeks in December, people really start ramping up for their New Year's resolutions, where everybody says they're going to lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds. You know that. Everybody says that. You've probably said it yourself. I know I have. And so, January is a huge month to be in the health and wellness or the diet industry, the weight loss industry. So that said, I'm not trying to pitch you guys on any of this. I'm just sharing you my insights and what my opinions on these things. And I've never gotten involved in the diet industry. I always thought like dog training and weight loss was like done to death. And so I was never interested in either one of those markets. However, I've been on a diet myself in the last like 90 days, and I've been going to the gym and working out. I kind of let myself get out of shape over the last year and a half working on my business, and I decided it was time to get back into shape. I've always enjoyed working out, so I've been on kind of a health kick anyways for the last 3 months. And one of my colleagues, Holly Cooper, actually introduced me to an MLM opportunity based around a particular diet supplement for a very particular type of diet called a ketogenic diet. Ketogenic diets are like high fat, low protein, or moderate protein and low carb diets. And anyways, I was just interested. I had the video that was a webinar with her and her two uplines of the people that brought her into the business, playing in another tab while I was working on other stuff. And I was just listening to it. And the product is called Keto OS, and Keto OS is it's a supplement, a diet supplement. It's natural, but it's supposed to increase what's called ketones in your bloodstream. And I'm sure you guys have heard of like raspberry ketones, Dr. Oz, and all that kind of stuff. Well, this is slightly different. It's a more potent version of it. Anyways, I'm just giving you the background, but it's a diet supplement. Sounded interesting. I got interested in listening and hearing about the product when I was listening to her, and I started to look immediately. What did I just tell you guys that I like to do? I always have Power Suggest open, and I'm always looking for opportunities for marketing. And so when I was listening to this, I was interested because I was thinking, hey, I'm in the process of going to the gym and working out and losing weight. Anything that I can also purchase to help me out a little bit, I'm certainly interested in. So I was interested in for that reason, but immediately I came over here and looked up ketogenic diet. Okay, click search. And all of a sudden I see these start spitting out keywords, like crazy amounts of keywords, right? And I'll go ahead and stop it. But my point is that immediately I saw that there are a ton of keywords going on for ketogenic diets. And this is just one of many variations of that keyword. There's ketosis, keto diet, there's cyclical ketogenic diets, there's ketogenic for bodybuilding. I mean, there's just so many sub niches in this as well. And it's a very, very particular or specific industry. And so I started looking into this and started digging in just like I did with model trains. And I came back with thousands of keywords. And I started looking at competition research, and there wasn't a lot of competition in this particular sub niche of the diet industry, at least as of yet. And because of MLM, if you guys are familiar with network marketing, I'm not, and I don't. I mean, I've done a couple of years past. Was never interested. I mean, the last one I did was before I got into the internet marketing business, and it was Quick Star, which is now called Amway Global. And I worked my ass off for months at that network marketing business and didn't make anything. And it was like, I learned a lot of valuable skills though, like how to communicate, and I learned some sales techniques and everything else. So it was a learning experience, but I really wasn't successful with that business at all. So that's when I swore I would never do it again, like any type of MLM. And I meant it until I came across this particular offer. And I said, you know what? This is new. They just opened up their doors publicly in September 1st, I think it was. And if anybody knows anything about network marketing, the only time, like the people that make the most money are usually the ones that get in the beginning, especially before it's like become a trend or taken off. Because then as the trend occurs or happens, then that's when you can like ride it on the way up. And that's essentially when I started looking at these keywords, and I said, you know what, there's opportunity here, especially for somebody with a skill set like what we have as ATM site builders and just internet marketers, period. Because a lot of these MLM guys don't have a clue how to market online. And God bless them for trying, but they just don't have any clue on how to do it. Not like we do as professionals, you know what I mean? And so I decided to go ahead and jump on the opportunity. And since then, I've spent about 2 weeks now researching this product. I've received it because I purchased a bunch, and I've started taking it. And I believe in it. It's a good product. I'm actually seeing results from it already in just a very short period of time. So for as far as the business, I am not into this whole MLM thing. But what we can do, or what I was planning on doing, was just building a bunch of digital assets that can drive traffic back in to purchase the product, not to build my downline and all that other kind of crap. The thing is the product's good enough to where I think and the payout is like, I don't know. I don't have the exact schedule on me what the payout is, but this is not a cheap product, guys. I mean, it's rather expensive, but people spend money in this industry like crazy. And I think it's like, I don't know, 25 to 40% in that range is what you get as an affiliate commission off the sale of these products. And then if you get people that end up joining to become also independent promoters, then obviously if they're in your downline, you make a cut off of every sale that they make. And that's where the real potential to make money is. But just on a flat out affiliate basis, guys, forget the MLM part of it. Just as an affiliates part of it, I'm seeing a lot of opportunity because, again, the industry is so hot, people spend money, and there's not a lot of competition. And to prove it, and this is what I didn't share a lot of this information last week because I wanted to test it before bringing this to anybody. But what I did was I built out several sites, just like I do with everything. I always start with the ATM before I really do anything else. I do keyword research, and then I build out ATM sites, and then I let the ATM sites season for a couple of weeks, and then I pull data or extract data from those sites to determine if it's something I'm going to pursue full on or not. You know, go full speed ahead or not. And this is I'm going all in with this business, guys, because I see a lot of opportunity here. But I want to show you, I built just like I did with the train sites. I built, I think I've got, I don't know, like maybe 6 sites built already. I've only got 5 of them pulled up here. But these are all brand new sites, guys, less than 2 weeks old. And I want to show you. This one here is diet.keto. I bought a bunch of domains, but this is diet.ketogeniceating.com. This one's had 38 clicks in the last not even 2 weeks. You can see that the first impression was really given on 11/3. So it's been about 9 days, and I've had 38 clicks in 9 days. So that's pretty damn good, okay? Same thing here. This one is 19 clicks. This is a brand new site, but it just jumped all of a sudden. You know, so this is kind of, this one's musclebuilding.ketogenichealth.net. The reason why I'm using, I found one of the sub niches in this particular, the ketogenic diet. There's like ketogenic bodybuilding, and that's a very specific sub niche within the ketogenic diet niche. That is, there's a lot of passion in there. There's a ton of information about ketogenic diets for bodybuilding. And so that's it's a very narrow niche that you could probably dominate. And that's something that I'm going to be targeting. This is one of my first test sites for that. But this has got 19 clicks in the last 9 days, really. This one here, check this one out. This one's got 31 clicks. This is for supplements.ketonefatloss.com. 30 clicks in about 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, but let's just say 2 weeks, 31 clicks there. Here's another one, 27 clicks. This one is for os.ketovip.com. OS is the name of the product is called Keto OS, so I just use that as a subdomain. This one's 27 clicks in about 10 days. You can see the first impression was given 11 days ago. And this one is 30 clicks in the last 2 weeks, and this is for proveit.ketovip.com. Proveit is the name of the company that manufactures the product. So, and there's two different ways I'm targeting this. I'm targeting this on, first of all, on the product end. In other words, I'm marketing it as a product, and I'm going to make affiliate commissions off the sale of the product. And that's where I think I'm going to do most of my energy is going to be focused on marketing the product itself. But then there's also the business opportunity where you can market the the MLM industry in itself is a huge industry. There's a ton of people that are just network marketing junkies. And so there's also the opportunity to market it as an MLM business too. That's not my preferred method because I'm not an MLM guy, but the product itself, I think there's a lot of opportunity. And then if people like the product, then they can become independent distributors and be on my downline. So this is it. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I'm actually going to be building out quite a bit of sites around this particular industry because I think there's a ton of opportunity. I literally mined thousands of keywords. So I've got no shortage of sites to build out. This is the site that I've actually built out myself. If anybody was interested to learn more about this, again, this is not a sale, guys. I'm just sharing with you some business opportunities and some ideas to make money. But this is ketovip.com. This is actually my site. I actually just put this page up today. I had this article written. It's an authority article, 2,000+ word article. I've got a lot of links to content to reinforce what this I suspect that this particular article is going to end up ranking very well because it's a really well done article. And anyways, if you just click on the button, one of these buy buttons, guys, it actually doesn't take you to a buy page. It takes you over to my page for the Prove It product itself. And if anybody was interested in becoming a promoter of the product, you don't have to buy it. I mean, I think it's a good product, but I'm not trying to sell you on the product. But if you want to become a promoter of the product and join me in trying to build out these sites and dominating this niche, more than happy to bring you into my team. I'd be honored to have you on my team. And I'm going to be doing separate training specifically for my team, covering various marketing tactics or marketing strategies, including ATM site builds, video SEO, video ads. I do a lot of YouTube advertising. So social media, I'm going to be doing a lot of different training for my team specifically on this business alone. It's going to be very focused on growing this particular business only. So it's not a Q&A webinar for marketing questions in general. It's specifically for this business. If anybody's interested in joining, just come over here and go to buy now. And again, you don't have to buy any products. Just click on the buy now button and then you'll see there's a link right here. It says register as a promoter for free. You can, by the way, look at the cost of this, guys. $389 for a 30-day supply. And that's, people spend money on this, guys, all day long. I mean, all day long, people are buying this kind of stuff. So 25 to 40%, don't quote me on that because I don't have, it's not an exact number. It depends on where you are in the scale of things, but it's a significant commission. Okay, for sales of the product for anybody that purchases from your link. And you can see that this the link that I just showed you that comes from this site, it just goes over to my subdomain on the Prove It website, which each one of you as a promoter would get your own subdomain. So this one goes to benner.proveitnow.com. And if you go to the buy now link, like I said, and then you come over here where it says register as a promoter for free, you click that, and then right here you can continue to register as a promoter without even buying the product. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I'm not pitching anybody. I'm just sharing with you some opportunities. I think there's a huge amount of opportunity in this particular industry because it is untapped and it is going to become a trend in the diet industry. I almost guarantee you that. And I think right now is a great opportunity to get in and make some money. And also, again, it's going to be an opportunity for anybody that joins my team to get additional training with me specifically on how to build that particular business. So we'll do it together because it's in my best interest to help anybody in my team to do well. So, All right. Hopefully that was educational, guys. It is almost at 8:30, which means we've been here for an hour. Ganti, thanks for showing up. Looks like no one else was here, but I know everybody watches the replays. So thank you for that. Let's see. So these are ClickBank products. Okay. I was thinking you're promoting physical products. Very interesting. Irrational passion. Yeah, not fashion, but passion with a P. But yes, irrational passions are the best way to go, because people spend crazy amounts of money on their irrational passions. That, and again, if you're going to be, also think of things like vitamins and painkillers. People spend a lot more money on painkillers than they do on vitamins because they need them. You know what I'm saying? They can't live without them. So anyways, thanks for everybody. Or thanks for Ganti participating. And for those of you that have been watching the replays, if you have any questions, these events pages are the best place to put them. I'm not much of a Facebook user. I try to stay the hell out of Facebook because it's too distracting in my opinion. But I try to set these events pages up, at least several days in advance of the actual webinar. And now it gives you guys opportunities to come in and post questions on the events page so that I can answer them during the call if you have any specific questions. Okay. Lastly, like I said, if anybody was interested in that, just go to ketovip.com. That's ketovip.com and check it out. You can read about the article. It's a great product in my opinion. And again, if you want to, take a shot at building some affiliate sites for this product, I'd be happy to help you get that set up and show you some of the stuff that I do and share my data that I've already started to collect on it. Because I think there's a lot of opportunity in here now. This is one of those things where you jump in before it becomes a trend and ride the wave, if so to speak. So hopefully I'll see a few more of you in there. If not, doesn't matter. We still got lots of other projects to work on. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. It will be a 7:30 evening webinar again, because next week was supposed to be the morning webinar. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and we'll get caught up on everything then. Thanks for being here.